Toyota 86 is a globally acclaimed sports coupe, focus of a fast-growing fan base of owners worldwide. And in New Zealand, we race them in the Toyota Gazoo Racing New Zealand 86 Championship. It's Season 8 of the Toyota Gazoo Racing 86 Championship. We are in the beautiful central Otago region, surrounded by Alps, lakes and vineyards. The town of Cromwell is home to the fantastic Highlands Motorsport Park and will host Round 1. 21 Toyota 86 cars will line up at the start, all of them built in New Zealand by Toyota Gazoo Racing.
Back in the day when the 86 was first released, we obviously built a number of these cars. So we strip them out, put a cage in them. We do some modifications, so we change putting a racing clutch in it, we change the diff ratio, add oil cooler so it keeps the oil temperatures down. But primarily it's very similar to the road car. There's no change to the suspension geometry. We changed the shocks to a racing shock and racing brake, but it's very, very similar to the actual road car. Power-wise, exactly the same engine, exactly the same gearbox. So we do still use the Toyota ECU in the car, but we do have a Motec dash. So we replaced the existing dash with a Motec dash, and that's so we can get a lot more data out of the car. So that's again really good for new drivers, is that the engineers can download all that data, show the driver where he's going wrong, or where he's accelerating too soon, or maybe braking too late, and provide that driver with a lot more information so they can learn that racecraft. So we have upgraded to a Motec camera, so that now links to the Motec dash. It just again means that they can overlay that data over the video, so it just gives the driver a lot more information. Some drivers learn by visual, so they can see the video and learn easier than just seeing squiggly lines. So we run a Nexon semi-slick, so we can run that both in wet and dry conditions. We have run a number of different other makes throughout the years, but we do find this tyre is probably the best in regards to mixed conditions, but still giving us good lap times.
Season 7 saw a huge battle between Simon Evans, Ryan Wood and Rowan Shepherd. The result came down to the last lap of the final race at Taupo. The second in that race was enough to give Rowan Shepherd the crown.
Hi, my name is Rowan Shepherd and I'm 29 from Christchurch, and I'm back to defend my title. So it started for me in karts back when I was about 5 or 6, I think. I did a few years in karts, and then I took a different path and went down the golf route. It was a scratch golfer, and then when my brother had 4 kids with his wife, then it was time for me to jump back in the car. So I think it was about 19, I jumped into a race car for the first time, which was awesome, and I won the Formula First Championship a couple of times, and I've done various things here in New Zealand and done a little bit in Europe as well, so I've been very fortunate and had some great people behind me to make it all happen.
And it looks as though Shepherd is going to take second, and more importantly, take the best fast Toyota 86 Championship.
When I won the championship, it was a great feeling for me, mainly because to race against Simon. I've never raced against him before, and to beat him was obviously satisfying. But yeah, we've both got a lot of respect for each other, and to go into this championship again together, it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. Yeah, the 86 car is somewhat difficult to drive. There's a lot of emphasis around setup. to get it right or wrong, there can be about a second that we found last year to getting a good and a bad car. They are difficult, but when you get them set up right, that's pretty satisfying, and you get the cars on rails, so yeah, they are a great car. I think I'm at that point in my career now, I'm keen to just have some fun. I'll obviously try and win as many races as I can and still continue to win championships, but I know I'm not going to be a V8 supercar driver or anything like that, so yeah, I'm just keen to have some fun and enjoy time with the team and with the drivers here.
Saturday morning saw a 20-minute qualifying session. The big surprise was the pace of Dion Pitt, who would take third in his first ever 86 race. You could say Justin Allen's second position was a surprise, but the Manawatu racer was in his third season and showing great speed leading up to the opening round. But no surprise that fastest man and winner of the Castrol pole position trophy, Simon Evans, looking to go one better in the championship this year.
With third place at the end of qualifying for the opening round of the championship, Dion Pitt, that's got to feel pretty good heading up that second row.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Bit surprised, just been chipping away at it, and yeah, can't be happy with that. It's just the beginning.
I'm absolutely wrapped. So far it's been a picture-perfect weekend so far. The car's been fast, team's been working fantastically. It's a shame Hugo ain't up here with me because he's been, you know, it's been the Allen show all weekend. So, but hopefully he can get up there in the race and hopefully have a good one. Just clean start, go from there.
Runner-up in the championship last year, mate, but that's a huge way to start 22.
Yeah, and by a good little margin too, you know, qualifying was our weak point last year, you know, third was our best the whole season, so to kick off with a pole with a tidy little margin, yeah, I can't thank, you know, obviously the team at Gilchrist Motorsport, you know, enough. It's especially here, I think it's going to be quite crucial, so who knows what's going to happen off the line, but it's the perfect way to start for the Smeg and Win and Forget machine.
Coming up, we meet a young driver fighting back after injury. It's race one of the Toyota Gazoo 86 Championship. So, as the first race is about to get underway, let's take a look at the grid. In pole position, last year's runner-up, Simon Evans, and alongside him, regular campaigner Justin Allen. Then it's Dion Pitt, one of the rookies, doing a really good job in qualifying. Alongside him, Clay Osborne, Marco Gilchrist and Matthew McCrutchen on row 3. And then row 4 sees Hugo Allen, who's been quick in the practices, and Todd Prujon. Following on, in row 5, it's Brock Gilchrist and Zach Stitchbury. Row 6 sees Rowan Shepherd not having a good qualifying, but he's swapped cars now, and Ronan Murphy, John Penny and Flynn Osborne on row 7. And it's Rihanna O'Meara Hunt making her debut, and Christine All-West. 17th on the grid, Todd Foster, and alongside him, the master, Mark Mallard. And then Sam Cottrell making his debut, likewise Will Morton, 19th and 20th. And at the back, Chelsea Herbert, back to racing, starts 21st. Out go the lights, and they held him for a while there, but everybody behaved. Somebody gets a good start at the back. We're going to watch for Rowan Shepherd. He had a terrible qualifying, and he's going to have to sieve his way through. But the race is on. Look at this, side by side, drag race to the bus stop. We see it from Clay Osborne's position. Simon Evans takes the lead into the bus stop. Allen has to settle for second place. Brave manoeuvre, though, by Evans. Just kept his foot in as they all fly through the Southern Loop for the first time, and all losing out a spot already to Marco Gilchrist. It's the number 15, Clay Osborne, and look how wide Gilchrist had to go, but he's gathered it all together as they head to the S's for the first time. It's been a long wait to go racing, and everybody is pumped up for sure as we go on board with the number 74, Prujon, in the battle with the number 10 of Gilchrist. Under the bridge and into the carousel for the first time. Already, Simon Evans starting to build on that lead as the leader's pulling away from this group. Meanwhile, Justin Allen doing a good job, as is Dion Pitt in third position. Great start from him. And how about this? A really good battle. Marco Giltrap, who got ahead of Clay Osborne. Osborne paying the compliment back at the Forest hairpin. And Osborne makes it stick. The former World Kart champion does it in style in Tin Tops, his first ever race. But we know he is absolutely world class, and he just proved it. Great start to this one. Over the bridge, and as you heard Andrew say earlier, it gets very light over there, and the car just doesn't feel very good at all over that bridge. And then hunkering down and into Museum Corner. A distinct gap now forming between this man, Clay Osborne, in fourth position, and the top three. Giltrap losing out a little bit of time then as they head through the final corner here. On board with Prugent in the 74. Sound is awesome as they head towards the bus stop. Dropping a gear and then just bouncing over the curves, but not too heavily. That can go wrong easily. Into that southern loop, holding that line. And it's important not to get offline there too. You can do it, but it gets a little bit dirty. Into the S's then. Again, with number 5 this time, Dion Pitt. Relative unknown coming into the championship, but already making a name for himself as he comes under the bridge. Keep an eye on Dion Pitt. He might be one to watch this season. Simon Evans just 5 points away from winning the title last year and has come back in determined fashion to try and win this Tin Top Championship. And while Simon's already achieved so much in the sport with his championship in the Jaguar Championship and of course in V8s, he would love a crack at both Bathurst, I'm sure, in an 86, and the possibility of getting that test drive for Triple Eight. So Simon Evans may have achieved a lot, but that prize is absolutely a motivation for him. Lovely shots from our cameraman there as we look at Justin Allen, now under big pressure. The 24-year-old Dion Pitt from Auckland, and Pitt making his move. And he gets it just a little too wide. Well, that is the obvious overtake, but if you overcook it and it's bumpy going in, that's what can happen. And now he's played into the hands of those chasing him for that third position because he's lost out to Justin Allen. And now Marco Giltrap and Clay Osborne are right there with him as they come over the bridge. Really good racing, but we've come to expect this from the 86ers. It's always close. You very rarely get a lead like Simon Evans has got at the moment. And it's just his experience at the moment. We're looking closely at his teammate, Marco Giltrap. Both of them didn't go to the test in December. They went to the South Island to do their own testing. And it's certainly paying off as we go on board with Hugo Allen, who was the man of the weekend going into qualifying. He pretty much dominated the 4 practice sessions. The youngest member of this group, at just 17 years of age, another star in the making. Through the loop they go then. And Giltrap all over Pitt at the moment. Pitt coming off 3 seasons of the BMW E30 Championship. Took 5 years off from racing, but he is as sharp as a tack now, and he'll need to be, because the Rookie of the Year is right behind him as we go on board with Brock Gilchrist in the number 10. Brock also a returner like Marco Giltrap. They had some nice moments, but this isn't one of them as Gilchrist pulls off just before the bridge. And that looks like a mechanical because he's just, well, the car's still going. As you can see, the red lights there on the Motec dash. But I think he's just waiting to let the field go through. But either way, out of contention goes Brock Gilchrist in the number 10. Now in the closing stages, you can see the gap that Simon Evans has pulled away from Justin Allen. And this is a country mile in 86 terms. The Smeg wet and forget. Number 4 of Simon Evans, picking up where he left off at the end of last season. And dominating proceedings here for the first race here at Highlands. And he's some 4 seconds up the road from second place Justin Allen. but it's his dad Owen's birthday and they celebrate with a win at Highlands. Simon Evans gets his campaign running here at Highlands with a win. Justin Allen is second, and a brilliant rookie result for Dion Pitt, who takes the podium in his first ever try at the 86 Championship. Confirmation of the result then. Simon Evans for the Gilchrist Group Motorsport team gets the win ahead of Justin Allen for International Motorsport. Dion Pitt for Action Motorsport in third, then Gilchrist, Osborne, Clay that is, in fifth, Hugo Allen sixth, and Rowan Shepherd scythes his way through to a respectable seventh place, last year's champion for Action Motorsport.
Superb performance, but it wasn't without some good pressure starting to mount there from Marco.
Yeah, they were coming behind. I made a little mistake when I made a move down at the back hairpin on Justin, ran off, but managed to keep the other guys behind, so yeah, stoked.
He was a little bit too quick today. We'll tune her up for tomorrow and see what we got. Had a bit of a battle there with Dion for a couple of laps there. He had a dive at me going into Forest hairpin and ran a little bit wide, and it gave me a little bit of a gap, and I just tried to conserve it from there, and I'm wrapped with the second. Absolutely wrapped.
Pole to race win, and in dominant fashion too. That's nice.
Yeah, it was really good. The start was incredibly even, so lucky Justin got out of it because I was pretty committed to going through there side by side just to make sure I was in the lead. But yeah, brilliant, you know, sort of just managed the car from about halfway through, so yeah, big thanks to my team at Gilchrist Group Motorsport. The SMIG Win and Forget car was just on rails the whole race.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Herbert. I'm 23 years old and I'm from Auckland. I'm really excited to be back in a car. I had last season off due to a number of things, but really pumped to be with the Heart of Racing and to have their backing, and to be in the International Motorsport team is something I've wanted to do for a long time. It almost takes me back to my go-karting days where it's all momentum based, you know. You can't make a little mistake and power out of it. You've just lost like 30 grid positions. So yeah, I think it's going to be an awesome season. The biggest thing about doing 86 in New Zealand is the amount of cars and how close the competition is, and I think for me that's really important. I want to know, when there's 20 competitive people on a grid, where actually do you finish? Because that's probably where you are in terms of your development as a driver, and how far or how much more do you have to work to get to that pinnacle, right? So that's me for this season, is just finding out where I am and really pushing myself to be further up than where I am. I was standing in driver's briefing, I'm 23, and I felt like I was one of the old ones, which is such a weird feeling because you're usually one of the youngest. So the team were all joking before that I'm part of the old ladies club now, so hopefully I don't drive like an old lady. But yeah, I think it's just going to be, although I'm a rookie, I'm also not a rookie. But if it means I can grab the rookie championship or something like that, then I'm going to go for it. Honestly, I think dancing really helps with my coordination. It helps with flexibility of getting in and out of the car. It helps a lot, and to be honest, if the males down there started dancing, I'd say they'd probably get a lot quicker because they'd be all flexy and loosey-goosey. So, I think, it is the female side of my life, and I do quite enjoy my time at the dance studio. But yeah, it's nice to sort of come back from a race weekend and do something like that, but then it's nice to jump back in the car and mongrel the little 86 around the track too. I think the whole opportunity is really, really awesome. I think the story behind Heart of Racing and the fact that we're racing for the kids of Starship is really something special to me, having been a Starship kid myself with arthritis. To sort of give those kids hope and show them, look, even I've come from Starship and I'm here doing what I love. They're our next little rock stars, and if we can help motivate them and inspire them, then that's our job done this season.
Coming up, she's raced everything from Formula 4s to GT3. Now Christina Orr-West has her eyes on the Toyota 86 trophy.
Hi, I'm Christina Orr-West. I'm from Whakatane and I'm 21. I always was a firm single-seater girl. Obviously, yeah, I started in V's, Formula Fords, TRS, which used to be Formula Toyota, and then I went over to Australia and did Formula Holden. Then, yeah, I went to Indy Lights. It wasn't until I came back from Indy Lights and realised there was nothing really, other than if I stayed in America, which was just too expensive, I had to go the tin top way. I tested an 86 before I went to Sanyong. Prices were just a little bit out of my league at that point because I didn't have my amazing sponsor at that point. But it was just the close racing. I've been watching it everywhere I went, and it looked like fun. I'm hoping for top 3 regularly. But like just watching the amazing talent and how fast everyone is, and it's so close. You know, top 10, if I can stay in that top 10 and just stay out of trouble, keep the car looking pristine, I think I'll be pretty stoked.
The grid for race 2, as always, a reverse top 10, and that means on pole position will be John Penny, and alongside him, the youngster Ronan Murphy. That should be a good battle. Row 2 sees another youngster, Matthew McCutcheon, and Rowan Shepherd, last year's champion. Hugo Allen and Clay Osborne, the 2 youngsters, making their debut this weekend on row 3. Marco Gilchrist, Rookie of the Year, in 7th, and Dion Pitt in 8th position after that first great race on the podium. Justin Allen and Simon Evans, 9th and 10th. As we said, they were 1st and 2nd last time out. And row 6 sees Todd Prujon and Zach Stitsbury. Christina All-West and Rihanna O'Meara Hunt are 13th and 14th. Then comes Chelsea Herbert and Mark Mallard, 15th and 16th. A little further down, Todd Foster and Flynn Osborne start on row 9. And row 10 sees Sam Cottrell and Will Morton. And this time, starting 21st, it'll be Brock Gilchrist, who did finish the first race.
Waiting for the race to go up, and we will be racing. Revs up, green light.
And away they go. Good start from Penny. Good start also, though, from Ronan Murphy. It's drag race to the first corner, and Rowan Shepherd losing out to the 96 of Matthew McCutcheon. McCutcheon taking 3rd place. Penny takes the lead. Stitsbury making a move at the exit of the bus stop, and oh no, they've touched. Prujon and Stitsbury touch, and Prujon is hit hard and into the wall. Nasty moment for Todd Prujon. He knows the rough and tumble of racing from Sansong, but that was a hard hit. And meanwhile, the race continuing as we go on board with Osborne coming up on the 96 of Matthew McCutcheon and pushes him out the way before the bridge. And I think McCutcheon's going to survive that one, but it's all going off as Murphy looking for a way past the leader of this race at the moment, John Penny. Through the carousel they go. Plenty of drama. Surely the safety car will come out, but Ronan Murphy looking very strong indeed in 2nd place. John Penny got a 3rd in the championship a few years ago and has 1 victory to his name. He would love another one in 2022. And sure enough, the GI Yaris does come out, and we are under safety now because of that Prujon crash, which they will have to tow away. I would have thought there's going to be a fair amount of damage, which means he won't be able to drive it away, so they'll have to push it away. We go back to green, and away goes Penny. He's going to have to defend from Murphy again, but he does get away well. Good start from the experienced John Penny. Murphy, the youngster, son of the 4-time Bathurst winner. Dad, Greg, in the pits, helping for the weekend. And then Rowan Shepherd, last year's champion. Great to have both Evans and Rowan Shepherd. We thought we might have Ryan Wood, but he's off to Australia, off to bigger and better, and we wish him well, working with Earl Bamber. On board with Ronan Murphy in 2nd place as they head under the bridge again. Murphy doing a good job of staying with the leader. Oh, but no! Oh, what's happened here? Smoke in the cockpit. And that's disaster for Ronan Murphy. Suddenly, the whole world just went grey. And the cockpit filled up with smoke. And that could well be some sort of oil leak. And quite rightly, he pulls out of the way, couldn't see a thing. Now, Clay Osborne making a move on Rowan Shepherd, and he goes into the hairpin. Does he make it stick? Yes, he does. And no respect for our current champion. And Shepherd shown the way by Clay Osborne, the former karter, making his way in 86 and making a name for himself very quickly indeed. Great manoeuvre. Well, there's Ronan Murphy. You can see he's out the car, but that car's still smoking, and there may well be some fire inside that car, but let's hope he can get back for the final feature race of the weekend. But that will bring out the safety car again as we go on board with the 96 of McCutcheon. And this youngster really looking forward. We've got a real mix of masters, ex-karter youngsters, returnees like this man, Ronan Murphy, and just like Greg, his dad, he gets the fire extinguisher. He knows, having worked with his dad and watched his dad for so many years, that quick maneuvers like this, by doing it yourself and getting to the car quickly, you can stop the damage quickly and maybe, just maybe, get that car back and running. Don't think it was an engine problem. We didn't hear anything. It could be an oil line of some sort that has dropped oil on the track, and that's going to take time to clear up. And so we're going to be under safety for quite some time behind the Yaris. As everyone watches on, beautiful day here in Highlands, 29.2 degrees, an absolute scorcher, and it's still not the hottest part of the day yet. So Penny hoping that that oil spill will last a good long time and that the Yaris will go as slow as he can. It's not often we have a Masters winner winning the overall race, but delighted to have John Penny both back in the championship. Likewise, Mark Mallard, they're fighting for the Masters. Good crowd in the grandstand, watching on here at Highlands. And now they are trying to get to that spill where you can see how long. Well, Murphy really did lay down a lot of oil. And you can see by the amount of smoke when we were on board just how tough that problem was. Let's see if they can rectify it. But the race will finish under safety, and that means John Penny gets his second victory of the championship over the years. Rowan Shepherd, the champion from last year, takes second place. Matthew McCutcheon takes his first podium in the series. Clay Osborne brilliantly in fourth place, ahead of Marco Gilchrist in fifth.
Hey, this is not the way we wanted to start Sunday morning. What happened?
Yeah, we just came corner just before under the bridge there, and yeah, something. I looked in my mirror, thought I dropped a wheel. There's a heap of dust or smoke of some sort coming out from behind the car, and yeah, it turns out it was smoke. Cabin started to fill up, and saw a alarm all of a sudden come on. So shut the engine off and just put it safely onto the grass there, and jumped out and saw it was actually a bit on fire. So ran and grabbed the extinguisher. So yeah, not the way we want to start the morning, but hey, things happen, and we just got to move on.
It's only a short one, but you'll take them, won't you?
Oh, I take them all, mate, when you get to my age. I'll take anyone, you know. I'm probably going to get a little bit of jip about that race win by my mates, but yeah, it was a good win.
Coming up, Ronan Murphy gets back on track for race 3 up next. The grid then for the feature race sees the battle we wanted between Simon Evans and Rowan Shepherd on the front row. Then on row 2, it's John Penny and Justin Allen. Row 3 is Clay Osborne and Marco Gilchrist, 5th and 6th. Then on row 4, it's Dion Pitt, what a weekend he's having, and Matthew McCutcheon. Then Hugo Allen and Christina Orr West, 9th and 10th. Row 6 is Zach Stitchbury and Mark Mallard. In 13th, it's Chelsea Herbert and Rihanna O'Meara Hunt. Then on row 8, it's Todd Foster and Brock Gilchrist. Ronan Murphy has mended his oil leak. He's 17th, Flynn Osborne alongside him. 19th is Todd Prujon. 20th, Sam Cottrell. And 21st on the grid, Will Moore for race 3. And the key is going to be getting to that bus stop before the other man. And both these men know not to give an inch, and a good start by both of them. Simon Evans, though, will have the advantage and does by a nose. On board with Penny. He's side by side with Justin Allen. Allen just getting ahead for a moment, but it's going to be Simon Evans who goes through the bus stop in the lead. Everybody threading their way through and into the Southern Loop for the first time. The Nixon tyres screeching in disapproval. And it's a good, clean start to the feature race. No cobwebs needed to be blown away after a long winter. Everybody seemingly on their game despite a lack of testing. They're just happy to be racing. And Evans looking to wrap up the weekend and lead the championship after the first round, and I think he did that last time out. But of course finished 5 points short of the championship, even though he won the last race. Rowan Shepherd holding his mettle and taking the title. So these two going at it again, which is just what we want. Two very, very strong rivalries. Justin Allen going up the inside of Penny. Can he make it stick? Yes! Allen through at the hairpin. Nicely done by Justin Allen. And Penny still celebrating his win last time out and a Masters win. Slots back to 4th place. Already the field starting to spread out over the bridge. The cars go light into that left-hander. Really not a lot of places to overtake here. You've got to plan basically to get good drive out of the museum corner here and then get great drive onto the main straight, and there's a possibility of maybe making a slipstream move going into the bus stop or on the exit of the Southern Loop. So onto Contract Corner, as we're now calling it, after the exploits of the great Liam Lawson against Armstrong. Pretty much made his name for Marco Helmut that day. And so we're dubbing it Contract Corner, as he got his Red Bull contract after that was seen. Brilliant day here at Highlands, and a fantastic circuit. Just love racing here. The drivers and the fans watching on as they head into the forest through that Southern Loop. Not really a place to overtake here. It gets pretty dirty and a lot of rubber marbles offline. But if you can get a slingshot out of here, there's a possibility into the S's. But as you can see, they're all line astern at the moment, and it's Simon Evans from Rowan Shepherd. In 3rd place, the 99 of Justin Allen. And a little further back, this the battle for 11th place. Zach Stitchbury trying to hold off Christina Orr-West. Stitchbury, incidentally, getting a penalty, a 5-second penalty after that incident with Prujon in race 2, and that dropped him down the order in the results. But he's back at it again and trying to get into the top 10. But he's got some tough competition from Christina. 3 females in the championship this year. Delighted to have them as well, and also delighted to see Chelsea Herbert back to full fitness as Prujon gets, whoa, way out of shape under the bumps at the hairpin. Gathers it all together. That sends Sam Cottrell wide, and luckily he gathers it all together and gets back out on track. But that was a big moment. But A-OK, Cottrell. And over the bridge they come. The field's starting to spread out now. And Finn Osborne trying to make a move on Todd Foster up the inside, and that was a bit muscly. He really did just put his car in the way. As they head down into Museum Corner, there's Herbert. Oh, he goes off. So damage to Osborne. And into the gravel he goes at the museum. They might put the car in there afterwards, but that's going to cause another safety car. Here's another look at it as they come over the bridge. We're on board with Finn Osborne. He brakes as late as he dares, but then really does hit Foster pretty hard, and I think that might well have bent the suspension, because he turns into the right here, into the museum corner, and literally just goes straight on. You saw the damage to Chelsea Herbert's car in that shot too. She'll want to get rid of that rear bumper if she is going to continue. So the safety car comes off and Simon Evans will lead this field again and starts to accelerate away. He's got to do it all again because Shepherd ready to pounce here as the green flag waves. Good start from Evans, and he does gap himself away from Shepherd. Justin Allen still in a strong third position, but with work to do, a whole field behind him. And already Evans, as they go into the Southern Loop, starting to build on that lead again. This has been a good weekend for Simon Evans. His father celebrating his birthday this weekend. Owen, great character. And of course, Simon Evans, such an accomplished driver. He was talking to his brother Mitch at the Formula E in Mexico earlier last year, and he keeps a good eye on Simon and really impressed with what he's achieved here in 86, both last year, and I'm sure he'll be watching again this year. On board with Brock Gilchrist. Brock returning to the championship this year and makes a nice move into the carousel. And now through the left and the right, building up the speed, heading down into the forest section again, and through the bumps and into the braking at the hairpin, the forest hairpin as I like to call it, and then another long straight into what is a really, really important corner. So we go back on board with All West. She's behind Herbert at the moment. And a shout out to Rihanna O'Meara Hunt as well, the third female driver here, going well. And over the bridge, that is two very key corners to get right. It's flat out through there, but you've got to hit your marks. It's easy to get it wrong. Oh, and look at this. We're on board with 84 Gilchrist as he comes out of museum, but it's a cracking race for 6th place. And there's about 8 cars all wanting that place. There's Herbert, and there is the number 8 of Mark Mallard, and the master holds on. No, he didn't. Oh, hits the wall. Meanwhile, Gilchrist pushing hard now on the 96 of McCutcheon. Through the bus stop, can't pull it off there. Here comes Pitt, he got a good run out of the bus stop and takes Gilchrist. Nicely done. And there's no question that this young man, Dion Pitt, is ready to race in 86. He's really been one of the stars of the weekend in many ways. Taking that podium in the first race, and he's looking very strong indeed. Nice overtake on the 84 of Marco Gilchrist. Teammate, of course, to Simon Evans. Certainly Gilchrist, if you talk to him, will tell you that Simon Evans has been a huge help in his development. No question about it, to have someone that experienced to help the youngster out. Back on board with Clay Osborne as he tries to make a move on the 22 of John Penny, the former kart champion. His brother Finn, a very accomplished karter himself, also in the field. The first brother pairing we've had in the 9-year history. And on the inside goes Clay Osborne at the hairpin, but will he make it stick? No. And Penny uses all his experience to beat that and hold the position, but a good effort by Clay all the same. Now Gilchrist looking for a way, but he's got to be careful. Looking up the inside here, but there's really only one line to the bridge, and this is it. And he does bide his time and take the line. Now goes to the outside. Can't really make an overtake there, but he can do a nice switch back and perhaps make a move at the museum corner, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it this lap, and he has to settle for going around the outside, and we'll try to build and get good drive out of here onto the main straight again. But a great midfield battle here. Penny under massive pressure at the moment from Osborne, and then little pockets of battles in twos, quite literally. And this midfield battle is going to be a cracker throughout the season. We expect the likes of Shepherd and Evans to dominate. Once these guys with a little less experience, but a lot more hunger perhaps, get up to speed. This is only the first weekend of 6, and with 3 races at each round, seen this championship come alive towards the end when the youngsters get to grips with the data, the brakes, the tyres, and everything else involved. It's completely different to karting or Samsung Ute racing. And when is Shepherd? Watching Shepherd, he's changed cars. Talking of changing cars, it looks as though Todd Foster did get some damage with that incident with Clay Osborne, and he has come into the pits. But going back to Shepherd, yeah, he tried a new car at the beginning of the weekend and he just couldn't get it to work in qualifying, so swapped back to his championship car. And it seems to be working. He's dialed it in. He's right on pace with Evans, and as you can see, well, the official gap is 0.4, but really they are glued together as they have been all race. And as we go back on board with Dion Pitt, a podium in his first ever race here, first time on the South Island, in fact. First time to Highlands Motorsport Park, and he has come to grips with it. A mistake there by Penny, and that's allowed him through. And through goes Pitt. He didn't need a second invitation. Penny makes a slight mistake as they came across the bridge, and Pitt pounced. Penny thinking about coming back, but can't quite do it. And now loses out another spot, this time to the 72 of Zach Stitchbury. Look at this, you could throw a blanket over them. Six-way fighting for sixth place at the moment. On board with Gilchrist. Through goes the 91 of Ronan Murphy. Murphy making it out to this third race miraculously. They worked tirelessly from that oil line leak and the damage done from the previous race. Greg even rolling his sleeves up and getting involved to help young Rowan get out there. I'm sure Grandad was there as well. Out goes Sam Cottrell. The delete car has been deleted from the race at least. Now what happened? Cottrell coming onto the main straight. Oh, a classic mistake there. And that is a very, very fast corner. And there's going to be some big damage to Sam Cottrell's car. You can already see the smoke starting to billow out, but he's going to have suspension damage, and that's going to be his race over. And it will bring out the safety car yet again. So the SMAG wet and forget car number 4 of Simon Evans will take a breath and see if he can hold the restart again from Rowan Shepherd. That said, we may finish under safety again, and we do. The checkered flag is out, and Simon Evans will win his second race of the weekend, and more importantly, take the championship lead after the first round here of 86. Rowan Shepherd, a brilliant job. Having qualified badly, he's going to take second place for the weekend, and second place in race 3. Justin Allen rounding out the podium. Another good weekend for Justin, and he'll be third overall in the championship at the end of the day. So congratulations, Simon Evans then with the win over Rowan Shepherd. Justin Allen taking third. Clay Osborne, a very, very good fourth place. McCutcheon in fifth. Dion Pitt 6th. Stitchbury, Gilchrist, Penny and Ronan Murphy.
Justin, congratulations. That is a terrific way and a very consistent way to wrap up the weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, it was fantastic. Knew I had to get John Penny sort of near the start there and managed to get him on that restart, and sort of had the sort of pace just to keep up with them enough, and obviously there was a good gap behind, so just managing that. Yeah, so really happy. Napa car went absolutely fantastic. Thank you to everyone at IMS. What an amazing weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a bit of a hell of a weekend, to be honest. We've had 3 pretty average days, and then to turn it back today, and I think we're going to finish second for the weekend is pretty awesome. So yeah, we'll take that. So it's just a credit to the team. It hasn't been fun, so yeah, glad we finished on a high.
And fittingly, wrapping up a super weekend from qualifying to the final race of the weekend. Simon Evans, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was a really good race. Track changed quite a bit, so I actually struggled for a bit of turn in that one, but when I could get it turned, I had a really good drive off the corner, so that really saved me. And we didn't get much TV time yesterday, so hopefully got a bit more today for Smeg and Wet and Forget. But really, it's a really, really positive start for our campaign. It's great to actually see Rowan back up, fighting with him again. I had some really good battles with him last year, and I enjoy racing against him, so it was cool to see him back in my rear vision mirror.
Runner-up in the 21 season. This is a super way to launch into 22. Points leader going into the next round of the championship. How are you feeling?
Yeah, really good actually. I think I actually led after round 1 last year, but I wasn't confident with the car speed. Now I'm leading, but I'm confident with the car speed we've got, so it's a bit nicer feeling.
Go get him in Ruapuna.
Cool, thanks Rusty.
And in terms of the points after the first round, it's 195 to Simon Evans, 176, 19 points behind Rowan Shepherd, the champion, and Justin Allen now on 163 points, then Clay Osborne, McCutcheon, Penny, Pitt, Gilchrist, Allen, and Zach Stitchbury is your top 10. Next week, we head north to Christchurch at Mike Perro Motorsport Park for round 2 of the Toyota 86 Championship. From me, Jonathan Green, we'll see you then.